What's going on, guys? I appreciate all of you that are hanging out waiting on the stream to start. For those of you watching the replay, though, the thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. So with these live chats, you can take part right along with us. So I don't know how many of you saw, I just put it out not long ago, but shorts video for my sin of the day. Ajmal 5, because it is a Roman numeral. Because they are numbered. I have others. I have 4, I have 3. I believe I have 2 and 1. Working on a full review for this one. Been spending a little time with it. Smells like vintage Oudition. It's that simple. It's still radiating off my neck. I've had it on for a little while now, like 2 hours or so. I'm still constantly smelling it. I'm not going anosmic to it. Kind of surprised because it's pretty strong. I would think my nose would wear out to it, but no, I get the 5 sprays I have around my neck. I'm smelling it every time I breathe through my nose, literally right now as I'm speaking. So it's good stuff. Spicy powdery cardamom, some lavender. It smells like old bottles of Oudition. It very much does. So good stuff. We'll be doing a full review that I'll be filming probably this evening with a full bottle giveaway. So be on the lookout for that for those that are interested. And let's see who's doing what in the chat. We've got 2 that the Gate Fragrances sent my way. This Pure OUDdiction and Desert Caravan, which I've never looked into before. Obviously one's an oud fragrance. I have, what's that lemon and mint fragrance, First Sight. And then the cherry tobacco fragrance, Memories. 2 really good ones from them that I've had for a while. More in a little bit, though. So I'm very curious to check these out. Obviously, them sending them my way has absolutely nothing to do with what I'm going to think. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. All depends, you know? You know how the saying goes, so we'll see. Whatever it is, it is. Link down below if you're interested in checking anything out. Get a sample, discovery set, if you want to check their stuff out. But let's get caught up on the chat. We got about 8 more minutes until we're going to get started. Niche topics. I expect a more intimate crowd today. I don't expect a whole bunch of people, but with that said, you could always contribute to getting more people here by hitting that thumbs up on your way in, because it does matter. It does help. Good to see you, Manny. It was all Chrome Pure. I'm with that one a little while myself. Aquawood. Ooh, that's good stuff. Glad you're enjoying it, Dilly. What's going on, Drew? Not to me, but apparently to some. Not to me, though. Reading stuff like that makes me wonder if they've smelled Tigar, or if they smelled Montebaco Verano. Because, yeah, there's some grapefruit. But honestly, Montebaco Verano's got a lot more depth. Way more than Tigar. A lot of isoy super. It's a little tobacco-y. Like, there's a lot of things that are there that aren't in Tigar. It's actually quite complex for what it is. Teach their own. Apparently some people feel like they're the same. I, on the other hand, do not. Good to see you. Dan, not the man. Listening while at work, wearing Le Beau Le Parfum. You smell good while you're listening at work. Why EDT, the good version of 2017? Yeah, I prefer that. The newer version they made sweeter. It's still good. It's just not as good. They dialed back the aldehydes. The aldehydes is what made the original special, I think. I was saying hi, work again, wearing Assad. I saw you post earlier. Have a great live, guys and girls. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Let them know, Joel. Let them know. Bentley from In, the original. That is my preferred choice when it comes to that DNA. Salute to you as well, sir. Appreciate you, Edgar. Flicky TV, haven't seen you in a little while. Nail Queen. Is that the one that smells like Baby Cat? I've been getting asked about that lately. Hoffman, Virtual Photography. Good to see you, sir. Wearing Mephisto Gentle Uomo. Will you smell bright and mega fresh? You are smelling great, sir. Uh-oh. Encre Indigo. Spencer, did you just want to tell us that so you could flex a little bit that you got the new release? We may have to talk later on where you got that, because I might need to go ahead and get that. Will I Am. Yes, you are. Ralph's Club Parfum. You, sir, smell really good. Mr. Bean. Smells better than most with Halcyon. Basically angel share with amped up cinnamon and add tobacco. Sprinkle some tobacco on top of there and you get Halcyon. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance. Good to see you, sir. Spectre Ghost. It's a great clone of Ani. Beach Life, Allure Sport Cologne. The ultimate version of the lemonade fragrance. That's really doesn't even smell that much like lemonade because it's so much more going on. It's a more complex fragrance, but it gets thrown into that pile with Dior Cologne and Mercedes-Benz Cologne and Jimmy Choo Man, Ice. But it's the best of the bunch. It's definitely the best of the bunch. Most expensive one, but the best of the bunch. Can't get enough. I was just in Sephora. Tried Replica from the Garden. It smells just like a tomato plant. Hope you review it. It smells just like a tomato plant. That's intriguing. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but it's interesting. It definitely is interesting. Well, I'm a Shawn Michaels guy. Absolutely Shawn. I mean, there's pop figure of Shawn Michaels literally right there. I got, 2006 DX Shawn Michaels figure right by where that plate is. I got a bunch of Shawn Michaels figures that I have not put up. I've got a WrestleMania 25 commemorative Shawn Michaels. Just figures alone, I've got since '93. I've got like 24 Shawn Michaels, just figures, random wrestling figures. I'm a Shawn Michaels guy. That's Mount Rushmore for me, my number one. And Macho Man, hey, he's up there. That's one of the greatest gimmicks of all time. That man transformed into that person. Randy Poffo became Randy Savage. Hawthorne, Desert Runaway. Never tried that. Gentleman Cologne's a good one. Doesn't get any love. Profondo. You can't go wrong there, Cody. Nice and aquatic. Sculpture Ohm. Doesn't get the love it used to get, but it should. For around $20, it's great fragrance. If you like Orange Blossom, nice and creamy. A little powdery, woodsy. Very fresh. Body Al Oud, I'm guessing the original. Okay. Black Rose, smash the like button. Let them know. Let them know. I'm going to bring tongue twister. I'm going to bring Black Rose with me this weekend, actually. Continuum is a good one. That's my second favorite of the To Me fragrances. Camaro is amazing. Camaro Homme Intense is really good. Ani X. Got an Ani X Discovery line. All of them are so good. So I'm very torn with Ani X. Like, I want to get a bottle, but I don't feel like I need a bottle because it is fresher Ani. The watery notes really freshen it up. Glad you were able to make it too, my man. Oh, Honor and Glory. Okay, it was an incomplete comment. Got you. That's the best one to me, with Sublime coming into a very close second place. Yesterday, hated it, but over time became a fragrance that will stay in my collection. Dan Malik wearing D Squared Wood. Good to see you, Dan. Definitely good to see you, my guy. Let's see what's good. Wearing an Artisan Pure. I haven't worn that one in a while, man. That's a lot of people's favorite from the brand. It's a great fragrance. Good to see you, David. Terrence, acknowledge him. You know what I mean? You have to sometimes. Zinji by Unique Luxury. Testing out a sample of Sospiro Dolce Melodia. Full bottle worthy for sure. I've never looked into that one. Ryan, you and Joel are twins today. He's wearing Assad as well. Apple Brandy on the Rocks. That's a good one. That's one of the few that I've sampled in the last few years from Killian. Why is my mouse jumping around? Maison Alhambra's Hercules. Haven't tried that one. What would be your WrestleMania fragrance? If I was going to Mania in Philly this year, which I did look at tickets, and that's crazy. I'm not doing it. not doing it. Way too expensive, because I couldn't just go to one night. I'd have to go to both nights. I would not go and not do the entire weekend and WrestleMania access. And I would have to do, like I'm doing with the Rumble this week. I'm literally doing everything there is. I would have to do everything, and that would cost me a few $1,000s to do. So not going to Mania, unfortunately. Bucket list, though. I'd love to go to Mania one year. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one this year. But that's tough. I really don't know. Because, I mean, that's still a few months away. I don't plan that far ahead. There's nothing like one specific fragrance was like, ooh, that one, So really don't have an answer. I'm sorry. I really don't. Oh, we're talking perfect plexes now. The greatest fisherman suplex of all time, Kurt Hennig, for sure. No, I have not. I've heard some mixed things. I've heard burnt hair and barbecue. I've heard phenomenal smoky tobacco. I've heard a variety. Eau Sauvage Cologne. Never got the love it deserved. We're almost at the 10-minute mark. We're going to start in just a little bit. Tonka Cola for me. Mancera Tonka Cola. That's an easy one. I like it better than the OG. Damn. See, I still like the original a little bit more, but not much more. Small margins here. Very small margins. Mephisto, Gentle Womo. You have a twin here in the chat as well that's also wearing that. You both smell really, really fresh. Got me right. It's performing really well. Ooh, yeah, you do. The only thing I've ever given a 10 to. Justin's wearing a Solo Blue. Hercules is a clone of Herod. Pretty good one. Noted. Ooh, so that's the spicy one, right? I've been wanting to get that one for a few years, and it just kind of slips my mind. The blue bottle is La Note, and I believe that's the orangish bottle or whatever. That's the spicy, because I have silver Silver Essence and the original, but I don't have the others. I don't have the gold one. I don't have Deep Desire, and I don't have La Note. But that one's the spicy one, I believe. So you get some brightness from some juniper berry, but it's a very dry and smoky tobacco vetiver. A lot of frankincense, dry tobacco, and vetiver. Very classy, super masculine. Super, super manly fragrance. You know, hair on your chest kind of scent profile. I'm not saying there isn't women out there that won't wear it, but I mean, they'll smell like a guy if they're wearing that one. That's a very, very masculine presence to that profile. Beautiful stuff. Very underappreciated fragrance from the house. I had tried that one a few years back. We immediately went to the top of my want list. I've had a bottle for a few years now. I don't wear it that often. It's a rare occasion, but I have the utmost respect for the profile. It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful scent. Why is my mouse jumping around so much? Mount Rushmore for us is Sting, Taker, and Stone Cold. What about the fourth one? That's only 3. Mount Rushmore's 4. Held as a baby by Sting. Sting held you when you were a baby? That's wild. That's kind of funny. So you must be pretty sad about March 3rd then. But he needs to retire, man. He's a grandfather. He's an elder grandfather at this point. He's in his 60s. It's time. I think they're going to take the tag team titles, though, him and Darby. That's going to be his last championship run, and they're going to drop him to the Bucks at Revolution. And I like that the Bucks are going with this shit heel thing. So here we got wrestling talking. Ladies and gentlemen, the Nigerian giant Omos, who I will be with this weekend. What's going on, Jay? Hope you're doing well, my guy. You must have a little bit of downtime if you're hanging out over here. We're going to be diving into these. We should go ahead and jump into it now, but let me get caught up on these last few because we are at the bottom of the comments. It's going to, like I said before, it's going to be an intimate crowd because we're talking niche fragrances. I never have a big crowd when we talk niche fragrances. It's signature scent worthy. That's something you can rock every day. Is a thick-ass boy. Even off test strip, it's so strong. Got to try it on the skin, but I don't know where or how you would wear it. I do. I have a bottle. Devin, longtime viewer and subscriber, sent me his bottle. It's a little salty, sweet. It's got this aquatic feel, but it's not really aquatic. It's a strange one. It's spicy. It's vibrant and bright and ozonic, but it's also woodsy and like caramel sweet. It's an odd one. There's no such thing as an accurate note breakdown on that one because to join the club fragrances, they don't release note breakdowns. So anything you're going to see on these forums, it's fodder. That's not really what it is. But when you interpret, because like when you see these note breakdowns and you smell it, you're like, maybe that, but where's this? I smell this, but that's not there. 40 Knots is one of those fragrances that'll keep you guessing, but it smells great, super versatile. Argument for it being their best fragrance. Acqua di Parma is Zaffarano? Only have 3, maybe Mysterio. I always loved him. So Mysterio's on your Mount Rushmore. Damn. Okay. Everybody's telling Jordan hello. Yeah, well, Sting needs to retire, man. Like I said, he's in his 60s. And it's funny that he's got Flair over there with him. Rick needs to stop getting on TV, too. Rick is not the same Rick from 10 years ago. Rick needs to stop getting on TV. Just stop it. I get it when Charlotte comes back, if he wants to do one more last walk her down thing for a Mania or something, sure. But Rick needs to stop getting on TV. It's time. Unique Luxury Ishmir. Hidden Gems. Super Pause with the super thick-ass boy. Damn, boy. Yeah, you got to hit him with that. Not good on my skin. I love it. It's really, really good. Good to see you, Jeremiah. So we're at the bottom. Let's go ahead and get into this one. I think, what the hell? We'll go with OUDdiction. Pure OUDdiction first. I didn't pick these. They reached out. I was curious on, interested in checking some new fragrances out from them. So it's been several years because they had sent me the subsidiary brand. We did a stream on these from Viage. Good stuff, too. Very coastal, Riviera kind of fragrances, whereas that is not what's going to be going on here. So, yeah, let's check them out. It's going to be something on the heavier side. I know they've changed the presentations a little bit. Oh, yeah. This is quite different from what mine used to be. So they have this felt in there, and it's very much a luxurious case. You can see the reflection. So very, very nice case. Oh, wow. Got to push the button. to unlock it. Very, very nice presentation. So they have upgraded their presentation since the last time I got Memories in First Sight. And the bottles, the print on the, that's a heavy ass kit. Like that, if my finger would have been there, that would have hurt like hell. So they've changed the way the bottles are. They're transparent now with this print going around them. This vinyl is kind of rough edge. It's rough on the face of it. Matte finish. I like the upgrades they've made. I do. Change the top of the cap, but ooh, cap's metal now. It used to be plastic. It's got some heft to it. So we're going straight on skin. Atomizers are the same, solid atomizers. Well, that's very smoky and earthy. Smoky, earthy, but a little sweet. A little dry, too. Smells like, it's a bit animalic. So it's kind of like a, ooh, okay. So maybe civet, something like that. It's animalic. It's musky and a little funky. Maybe like clove and civet in here. But it's not an unwearable smell. This is niche enthusiast kind of stuff here. Very smoky, a little warm, a little spicy. I like this. I didn't know what to expect. I've never looked at the notes for it. I've never read anything on it. I didn't pick it out. It was just at random sent to me. Shit, this might come to the Rumble. I might wear this and see how Atkinson likes this with me sitting next to him shoulder to shoulder for hours. We'll see how much you love niche fragrances, the Fragrance Apprentice. Yeah, this isn't mass appealing at all, but this is good. This is really good. By the way, I can't wait to see George tomorrow. I've been talking to George every morning. He's super, super excited. Yeah, just as excited as I am. They fly in, they get in around lunchtime tomorrow in Tampa. This is smoothing out quite a bit. This is good. This is nuancing pretty quickly, as you would expect from niche perfumery when you're going to spend a pretty penny, because these aren't cheap fragrances. They're not crazy expensive either. Let's pull up the notes. I'm curious. So before I do that, because I mean, I got the website pulled up, but see, that's how their bottles used to look. And maybe some of them still do. Like I have like Memories right here. I have that one. And then First Sight is super, super good. It's like a limoncello mint leaf fragrance, like a gelatin fresh mint. Gelatin fresh lemon, fresh cut lemon gelatin kind of combination with mint leaf. Really good. Super, super easy to like. That's a safe fragrance to start with from them. Super, super safe. Memories is cherry tobacco. It's great. It's really good. That's my favorite from them that I've tried. So there's something funky, animalic, and musky here. It could just be the type of oud that they use that could be creating these characteristics, but I feel like there's some clove here potentially. It's a very smoky smell. It's a little spicy. It's got this civet-like musky tone to it. So that's my final answer before we dive into this. So let's go to the catalog. Blue collection. Oh, shit. I need to check that out. Caravan collection. That's where Desert Caravan is going to be. The Love collection. Is that where Pure OUDdiction is? Let's see. That is not where it is. Here we go. So Pure OUDdiction. Can I change the denomination by chance? It doesn't seem like I can. It's because I don't know the conversion to USD. But an addiction to go beyond, an eagerness to reach a tempting eventual infinity of the universe to describe Pure OUDdiction fragrance and its original meaning. Let's just get here. Instead of reading this part, let's get here. Family, woody, spicy. So cardamom, dried hemp accord. So there's that dry, smoky, earthy smell. Is that because it doesn't smell like marijuana? I don't get that. Sage and mate. There's a little herbal. Licorice drops. Fir balsam. Hay. Hay is probably why it's dry. Vintage suede. Animalic oud. Well, I did mention it smelled animalic. There you go. Patchouli. Smoky. I guess that means smoky accord. Vetiver and musk. And that musk is not super. I'm not saying they used natural deer musk here or anything like that, but it's not of the designer realm type of oil quality. It's a little little bit more animalic of a musk. Again, it could be whatever this animalic oud they're listing, whatever that is, could be playing a huge role in what I'm getting here. I mean, it's literally called animalic oud in this pyramid. This is actually pretty damn good. But I could see some people hating this. This is as far from a safe blind buy as it gets. There's a little bit of challenge here. Any of you that are used to wearing the more mass appealing stuff, tread lightly here. Definitely tread lightly. This is not a beginner fragrance. This is, you've dabbled into quite a bit of things at this point when you check this out. This is 150% sample first. Do not blind buy this. I beg of you, anybody watching this. Do not blind buy this bottle. I would strongly encourage getting a sample first. The presentation is top notch, though. It is so smoky, dry. The green notes make sense because there is a bit of an herbaceous tone to it, but it's not like this mate note. That's kind of a bitter tea. I don't get a tea smell to it. The hemp accord makes sense, though. The hemp and the hay. A little bit of licorice. Like that combination is what's making this quite unique. It doesn't remind me of any other fragrances. It's not loaded down with sweetness, and I think that's a great thing. That really makes this a very assertive profile. This is the kind of thing you would wear to an event when you want to stand out. Because in an event when people are dressing up and going to be mingling and stuff, that's when you're really going to see people showing out with their fragrance. That's where you would want to wear something like this. I'm not necessarily black tie, but a special event of sorts, any kind of banquet, a dinner, whatever, where it's not just you and 2 or 3 people or you and your lady. It's, you know, something special you're dressing up for. This is one of those fragrances to show out. This is like an 8.5 out of 10 kind of fragrance. This is great. I'm not going to sit here and say it's outstanding because it's going to be as limited wear as it gets for me. The most situational of situational fragrances. But I really, really like it. This is something I would wear if I was going to Scent Explore. An event full of fragrance enthusiasts and lovers. Stand out a little bit. This is a scent profile that'll stand out in a sea of mixed sillage. For those of you that like to go to Scent Explore, this is the kind of fragrance I would want to reach for said events. Stuff like that. This is what I mean by events. Scent Explore is the perfect example. That's an extreme example because everybody's wearing fragrances and it's a fragrance event. But outside of fragrance events, that kind of paints a picture for you of what I mean. You're not necessarily dressed black tie here, but it's you're showing out. It's something to do, to mingle with a lot of people, networking and so on. That's an easy 8.5 out of 10 here. Pure OUDdiction. It's damn good. I might actually bring. I got a lot of content I'm doing now. If Jordan's still here, that kind of ruins it to surprise him with it because I'm going to be doing some fragrance content with Jordan too. But wow, I think I'm gonna have to bring this. Jordan, do you want me to bring this? If you're still here, you want me to bring this? You want to check it out? Let's see. We get caught up before we go into the other one. Bar is set pretty high right now. Before we go into the other one, let's get caught up on these comments. For sure. Jazz Club's really good. Beautiful, boozy, sweet tobacco. Sculpture tester for $10. That is a steal. Man. Vanilla Oud, you win, sir. You win. Taker, Triple H, Cena, and Flair. I love when we get into the Mount Rushmore topic with wrestling because everybody's going to have something different. Everybody's going to have something different. I love it. I'm not going to argue that. That's greatness right there. Nice display for sure. Today's scent choice, my newest pickup, Vanilla Vice by Vivamore Parfum. Smells like vanilla oud in the opening with dried on a baby cat. That's an interesting take. Increase the lighting a little bit. Dior Homme Parfum. You smell fantastic. Hats and sneakers for me. Been on a kick lately with buying sneakers. Like earlier in the year, like into summer, beginning of fall, I was during the hat phase. Like there's certain times, like around fall, that's when I buy a lot of hats yearly. I'm like this every year. Winter time, I'm buying fragrances throughout the year, probably 5 to 6 times a year. I have big spikes where I'm buying a lot of fragrances, wintertime, holiday shopping, stuff like that. Big peak. Just bought a ton of fragrances in the last couple of months. But beginning of the year, I typically buy shoes around this time, like first quarter. That's typically when I re-up for sneakers to wear throughout the year, just adding to the collection, changing up the wardrobe rotation. So that's the things I'm most into: fragrance, hats, and sneakers. Fancy as fuck. There we go. Nice bottle presentation. Yeah, it's very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. DJing in my spare time. Okay. There's one weighing in. Lime Jello, lemon Jello scent is nice. Yeah. So it's actually called limoncello. It's got this gelatin-like consistency in the smell. It's like lemon Jello. It's actually funny that you say that, even though it sounds like lemon Jello, limoncello. It's got this consistency to it. It thickens up the lemon smell. And mint leaf, that's the strongest parts of it. Dark Dreams Production, Fragrance Journey. Shout outs to Rob. That is my guy. So yeah, very pricey. Thank you for converting that for me. Very, very pricey. A daring, bold fragrance. Don't blind buy this. Sample first if you want the experience. But it's a good one. Very much a good one. Stunning, if you will. Javon Musk, Deer Musk. There you go. Oof. Yeah, that's not a fair comparison. Not even a little bit. Yeah, Sensual Obsessions version is really good. And I have a package coming from Alexandria. I have a feeling Brasilia Absolute is going to be in there. Hanny literally said, I want you to check out some of my new stuff. Because they didn't tell me what he's sending me, but I know some of his new stuff. So I'm kind of hoping it's in there so I can compare it. Because this version of Et Sauvage Elixir is the best Sauvage Elixir clone. So let's see how he stacks up the Sensual Obsessions, because Kevin did a really good job. Danger Parfum Cologne is a beautiful fragrance. 9 p.m. and they sent me... Sent Day Layton. They sent you what? Sent me A. Couldn't smell anything after 30 minutes. Scent Explorer. My nose and brain was fried. That's how it was the first time when I went. I was wearing Sensual Obsessions Andy Warhol, first batch, crazy strong. Justin was wearing Layton, shoulder to shoulder, having a conversation because it was so loud in there we couldn't smell each other. It was overwhelming in there. Overwhelming. And that was when the event was at its smallest. That was the first year in 2019. Adonis Awakens, great choice. The Boz, good to see you, sir. My Velvet Iris is coming tomorrow. That's the one I've been waiting for 2 weeks. Well, congrats, man. Glad it's going to make its way to you. Polo Blue Parfum is one of the better blue fragrances out there, in my opinion. Mercedes-Benz Select Night, I still have not tried. A few streams ago, I said that CH Bad Boy Cobalt would be redundant in your collection, but I want to take that back. The more I wear it, I get the earthy quality of the dry down. So which one? So Bad Boy Cobalt, I still haven't smelled. When you say redundant in my collection, I've got tons of redundancy in my collection. You don't have this many fragrances and not have some serious redundancy. That's part of reviewing. You're going to come across redundancy because you're constantly talking about and testing different fragrances. Decided to go with Hawas. You never go wrong there. I don't have one, actually. I have no experience with the house. Big Turtle. I'll be getting the 2 ounce of dark rose, black rose, which you mean. Yeah, it's good stuff. Looking forward to the scent. Blind buy, but you convinced me to get it. So I hope you enjoy it. The overall consensus, everybody seems to be in love with the fragrance, which I fully anticipated. It's amazing. $5 super chat. Should I buy Effla Parfum or Weiler Parfum? It's so close that if you want to save the money, it's not too often you'll hear me say just get the clone. This is one of those cases. You can just get Effla Parfum. It's pretty damn close. Little bit spicier. You get a little bit more ginger in the top than Weiler Parfum, and it's a little tiny bit creamier in the dry. And that's the only things I can kind of like my brain's telling me is different when I do side by sides. I actually wear Effla Parfum more, which every time I talk about it, I mention it. I mention that I wear it more. I would go with that. Spend the $30 instead of spending $80 on a 2 ounce. It's not that often that you'll hear me recommend the clone over the original, but this is one of those rare cases. Yep. Okay. I'll bring it. I'll bring it then. I didn't know if you were still here. I'll bring it. The new Cobalt seems like a hit. So the Elixir. See who loves F. I do. That's why when these certain clone topics come up, you see Effla Parfum. It's literally one of my absolute favorite clones. I cannot state when, and I cannot talk about how it smells, but what I can tell you is it doesn't remind me of another blue fragrance, which is huge. Because trust me, under no circumstance was I going to, not be like, George, this smells too much like this. You can't. And that's what I was looking for when he would send me the lab samples and everything. And Claude did great from the start. Like, they weren't redundant to other things from the start. Claude did great. Like, he really created, which is so hard to do, an original blue for George. You guys will see when the time comes. That's not the next release. So when the time comes, guys. Well, I know there's an elixir coming. That's the next one. Won't be till summer. Okay. Waiting on a Sauvage clone. Salvo Intense. I haven't tried that one yet. Sauvage EDP is good stuff. It doesn't get the love it used to. Got some compliments on Black Rose today, if that matters to you. I mean, it's nice. I don't steer away when somebody wants to tell me I smell nice. I appreciate a good compliment. I mean, I love talking about my fragrance. You know? Turn that on. Let's see if we can angle it. Because I don't want to be too bright because the color gets washed out with this webcam too easy. It's a good happy medium. Okay, because it was a little too dark behind me. Isola Blue. We have 2 in the chat wearing Isola Blue Dawn. You smell incredible. That's the only fragrance I've ever given a 10 to. Defy Parfum I haven't tried yet. That was magic. It built. That was the art of the captivating promo. That was, I really feel like before they went out and they were in Gorilla, they were like, let's go show them how it's done. I really do feel like Cody and Phil had that discussion and said, let's go, you know, because they're both friends with MJF and they know he's going to be watching and say, he thinks he's the best in the industry on the mic. Let's go show him who the real best in the industry on the mic is. Because Cody doesn't get the love he needs for how good he is on the mic. And Punk, it's what he's known for, right? Because The Rock is not what he used to be. But in his heyday, nobody was better on the stick than Dwayne Johnson. But Cody and Punk are all-time great promos. And that's the promo of the year to beat. They set the standard in January. This is the promo to beat. And there's more to come from both of those men during this road to WrestleMania. So it's going to be one of the best roads to WrestleMania ever this year. I'm so excited. Yeah, for sure. It's amazing stuff. So let's go ahead and get into the next one. So this is called Desert Caravan. No clue what to expect. I mean, just based on it having desert in the name, I would expect dry and maybe ambery. Maybe some leather. I don't know. That's a guess. Complete speculation here. I have no clue. I gotta tell you, man, I love these upgraded presentations from what they used to be. And I really love that it's got a lock on it. You got to push the button to pop it open. It's great. Desert Caravan. All right, I got a pile of crap right here. Kind of get rid of, but here we go. Same bottle style. Have that all over print that it's wrapped in. There we go, with this kind of rough vinyl label. Like there's a roughness to it. Like I really like what they did here. It's got a gritty feel to it. It's quite nice. Let's see what we're working with. I tried to come up with some kind of expectation, but I really don't know. That smells like there's some oud in here too, but it's a sweeter fragrance. Oh yeah, there's definitely oud. There's more funk to this. It's not dry like pure OUDdiction. Pure OUDdiction is the dry fragrance of the two. Desert Caravan, I would have thought would have been dry, but no. It's a sweet, slightly funky oud smell. Another one that's oud dominant. So these are both oud fragrances. Yeah, this one's got like the kind of funk I get from some of the Manceras, like Mancera the Oud, the Arabian, the Oud, A-O-U-D. I always just say the oud. That type of funk, but way more wearable for any of you that have smelled it. Or like the oud that's in Black Prestigium from Mancera. Any of you that have smelled that one. That type of oud smell. There's this funky tone, almost, and this is just a vulgar thing to even say about oud. I hate describing things this way, but because there's no way to make it sound good. A little fecal. Just a little bit of that funk. I know that sounds so off-putting. There's no other way to put it that comes to mind right now. That kind of funk. But no, I don't mean just smells like shit. So because once you throw that out there, it's hard to reel it back to keep people understanding what you mean. So that's kind of where I'm at with it right now. Because there's a sweet fruity tone and it's actually gone already. Like that little bit of fecal tone I was talking about, it's gone. It was just a little bit in the opening. It's not even there now. But there's this sweet fruitiness to it. It's not a vanilla sweetness, which I can appreciate. But it doesn't necessarily smell like raspberry, because a lot of oud rose fragrances have raspberry as their sweet note. It doesn't really smell like that, but it does smell like there's some rose in here. It comes across like an oud rose. This one reminds me of other fragrances. Like I threw a couple of names out there. Mancera the Oud specifically. This reminds me of. So let's see if there's a similar note breakdown to it. Let's go to the catalog, to the Caravan collection. Oh, Pure OUDdiction's in that collection too. Okay. Desert Caravan. The road is long but inspiring, hard but involving, mysterious but filled with the unexpected magic of the desert oasis, similar to the new fragrance, Desert Caravan. Oriental Spicy. So we got mandarin, yuzu, and Brett seeds, olibanum. Certainly have the smokiness. I could not have told you any kind of citrus, because I don't get any kind of citrus. Nutmeg, cedar leaves, orange flower, rose damascena. I know I say that wrong. Damascenia. I always say it wrong, but that's a very jammy type of rose note that I do know. I just can never pronounce the word right. Patchouli, cedarwood, oud, guaiac wood, castoreum, dark leather, and musk. So there's your slight fecal funk that I was talking about. It's got castoreum in it. Makes all the sense now. So any of you familiar with castoreum, which is very off-putting to some, I actually find a little bit of charm to it. Kind of like in Dark Rebel. That's the only designer fragrance that ever had a decent castoreum note that I've come across. John Varvatos Dark Rebel. Obviously, this is less wearable than John Varvatos, but this is actually pretty damn good too. But that explains that kind of funky tone I was getting. There's castoreum here. The oud's not overplayed. It is very woodsy, so seeing all these woody notes makes sense. The sweetness I'm getting, I couldn't tell you what to attribute it to other than these citruses. That's really it. I don't see any other sweet note, because I do get a little bit of sweetness here. It comes a little fruity. Maybe it's the mandarin, yuzu, and rose combination making this fruity sweet smell. I really don't know what to attribute it to other than just taking wild guesses here. But I smell the rose. I get the smokiness. I get musk, castoreum, leather, oud, and woods. All of that makes sense. Patchouli kind of mixing into that. Yeah. Now, I don't think it's as good as Pure OUDdiction. I do think that fragrance is better. This is even more situational, because you have to like castoreum, because it does pop out at you. It does jump out a little bit. But it's not bad at all. It smells good, but there's people that would hate this fragrance, if you don't like castoreum and oud. It's going to be too much for some people, but I don't think it's bad personally. But then I've smelled thousands of fragrances at this point. So I love when I come across something that I don't smell every day or all the time. And both of these are not something I smell all the time. So I definitely can appreciate them. 8 out of 10. Yeah, it's a great fragrance. It's a great fragrance. Desert Caravan, it is a great fragrance, but you got to know what you're getting into. This is even less of a blind buy worthy fragrance than Pure OUDdiction. This is daring, because that castoreum adds the right kind of funk to turn a lot of people off, I'm sure. I quite like it. It's getting a little powdery. It is pretty nice. I'm going to bring this one too, Jordan, if you're still here. I'm going to bring this one too. I'm going to bring both. Let's check these out. I don't know if you checked them out at the Gate Fragrances booth when you were at Scent Explorer, because I know the Gate goes to Scent Explorer every year. Pure OUDdiction's the one. This hemp is taking over. It very much smells like hemp now. Hemp hay, dry, green, smoky. Pure OUDdiction's the one. I'm bumping that to an 8.75. It's almost outstanding. These are good ones. These are some good ones. Super situational, though. Don't expect to see these in the weekly rotation. Hardly ever. Hardly ever. I got to have something special going on to wear this. I'm not just going to wear this with a t-shirt and a hat. You won't see me rocking this with a Mercedes Monet wrestling shirt or something. I'm not going to be wearing these kinds of fragrances with that. This is I feel like being this casual with these types of fragrances is just disrespectful to the art, because this deserves to be dressed up a bit more, to have something to do, to be admired, to have that feeling of going to do something special. You know, that's just how it comes across to me. But Pure Oudiction is the one. I'm gonna go 8.75 here. And then this is actually getting a little powdery, Desert Caravan. I'm gonna stick with 8, but both great fragrances. I like them quite a bit. Definitely do not, for the love of God, blind buy those fragrances. Nothing blind buy safe about those two. Sample, sample, sample first. Let's get caught up on this chat. Let's see. That's funny. So, speaking of Jericho, the greatest shirt of all time, the Go Fuck Yourself shirt from Chris Jericho. It came in today. Oh, if I could wear that shirt every day in every video. This pro wrestling t-shirt came in with it too. I got a few other that wanted to get some more punk shirts before they stopped selling the punk shirts. So it's just like when Cody went back to WWE, for a little while, all his indie shirts, like for 6 months, were still available on Pro Wrestling Tees website. And I regret not getting more of his indie stuff, because it's gone now. Now Cody doesn't come up and search on Pro Wrestling Tees website anymore, but Punk still does. I got two Punk shirts, one that came in today and one that I got a few weeks ago. Because his Pro Wrestling T-shirts, the Pro Wrestling Tees designs that he had for his indie shirts are better than his WWE stuff. Just to play a part in the movie, no matter. Yeah, for sure. Coco Loco, Business Over Pleasure, Imperium, Juicy Maximus, Mahir Legacy. That's all some good ones. Man, after your birthday post about eating Mystique, I quit messing around and got a bottle. It came in today, and I can't wait to wear it. I hope you enjoy it. It's just about gone. We just got a few bottles left. Literally, just a few bottles left. It's going to be gone in the next couple of days, I would think, at most. I hope you enjoy it, though. Code EDP, still probably my favorite code ever. It's my favorite, for sure. I've never tried anything from Bortnikoff. I'd like to, though. They're expensive. Very, very expensive. Well, I have a lot of variety that use mostly naturals, but not completely naturals. Like, what comes to mind, Atelier Cologne, they use 90+% naturals on all their fragrances. Very authentic and photorealistic. That's why their citruses and fresh fragrances are so good. But they have to crank the concentration up because they're super volatile because they're natural. So they're pure parfums, and you still get brightness out of them because it's naturals. The only, I think, like musks and stuff like that are where they use synthetics. But that's the first house that comes to mind that I dabble with anyways. You missed a very much dry, slightly funky, smoky, spicy oud. This is good stuff. Pure Oudiction, 8.75. And then with Desert Caravan, this has got some castoreum that sticks out. It's a little fecal in the opening. It's getting a little powdery. It's smoothed out. This is 8 out of 10. These are very situational fragrances. They're damn good. Damn good. Torino 21. It is a niche topic. Yeah, see, Jared's a regular. He knows what's up. He's a moderator on the channel. Yeah, niche topic. We always have a little intimate crowd. We're talking niche fragrances. That's what brings Omas out, though. That's why Jordan's here. Jordan likes the niche stuff, too. You won't see him popping in for the cheapies. Not often, anyways. Not often. Cheapest fragrances in my collection, but I enjoy. Kix Griffey jumped in the all-star tier. Good job. Good job. You'll be eligible. We're going to do the members stream on Wednesday, next Wednesday. That is going to be, so I'm going to have 2 streams that day. We have a public stream and a members stream. We'll probably do the members stream before lunch. And whoever wants to watch the replay can watch the replay. And then we'll have our public stream in the afternoon for everybody like we normally do. It was great while it lasted. Yeah. Hitting with the emojis. There we go. Hit them with it. Nerd says, what's going on, man? How are you? Chopard Cedar Malaki. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. That's a very good one. I've yet to put it on the shelf. I don't think I will. I pull the cap on this all the time. Fort Mantle, Borsnikov. It's so good. I have yet to wear it, but I'm every day, just randomly at night, like when I'm editing, I'll pull the cap and just sniff on it. It's growing on me quite a bit. The stuff I like to pull the cap and sniff on, I just kind of have right here. So I don't have to keep walking back and forth to the collection. Bring it. It was only there for, yeah, I know, because you had to go, you were on the road, so you had to leave Saturday morning. Okay, so you haven't been to the Gates booth. All right, I'll bring them. I'll bring them for sure. I have not tried that one. Yeah, I think we'll do it before lunch. I got my morning cardio, my fasted cardio. Wednesday's day off from the gym. I have lab work to do that day at lunch. I've got blood work to do. I'm doing both on the same day. I got blood work to do and donate blood. So I'm going to knock those out in one day. Bag of blood and 4 vials. Yay me. So we'll probably do it right before lunch. Then I'll go do my thing after. And then when I get back, maybe 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon Central, we'll do the public stream. So by all means, you're more than welcome to, my man. You're more than welcome to. Yeah, shout outs to Omas. Thoughts on the upcoming new Parfums de Marly Perseus? I haven't really looked into it. I know it's supposed to be a fresher fragrance. I'm definitely interested in checking it out. Clive Christians, I don't know if you picked up anything from them. Did you pick up? Oh, that's when you were in that perfumery, Jordan. When you jumped on the live with me and you were in that perfumery. Did you pick up anything from them or anything really caught your eye? Sensual vetiver. It was warm today. Mary, good to see you. Baby's asleep for this live, but we're watching. Scent of the day, Black Rose. Hope you're enjoying it. And my favorite house as of this week. It changes every week. Clive Christian. Yeah, you were talking about that yesterday with Divine, I believe, when Divine was here in the chat, which I'm surprised. Well, he's I guess, technically smaller niche brands because the Gate's not like mass marketed like a Parfums de Marly or a Initio or Creed or anything like that. Electimus, Bodicea, because that's the kind of stuff you usually see Divine pop up for, stuff he can be pretty critical about. So yeah, I don't know if he's got any experience with the Gate fragrances, but these are pretty good. If he likes oud, he might like these. I might have found something he likes. Then again, he might smell and say, oh, that's not for me. That's this, that's that. Gotta love Divine. For those of you who don't know, that's the profile with the Patriots logo. Super critical, niche enthusiast. Love that he's so critical. I mean, crazy critical too. I constantly joke with him about, do you even like anything? Which he did list some things that he likes. We just have different tastes, but I love when he comes around. It was great to have him yesterday. So we're almost to an hour. We'll hang out to the hour mark. We got the topic done and out the way. I would not encourage blind buying Desert Caravan or pure OUDdiction, even though pure OUDdiction is the better of the two, in my opinion. I would encourage checking out discovery sets or potentially, like, let me pull it back up, see what the discovery sets are going for. If you guys are interested, let's see. Discovery kit. So 99 euro, I'm guessing is what that is. First Sight comes in there. That's great. That's a really good one. Memories is in there as well. That's the only two I've tried out of here. So these two aren't in their discovery set. But that doesn't mean they don't have samples in here. Let's see. Let's go to Desert Caravan. No. So they don't seem to have samples of them. So I would strongly encourage checking out a perfumery that carries them. A lot of perfumeries around the country have them, and then in Europe as well. Or potentially getting decants from decant sites that carry them. You just got to search. I'm not sure off the top of my head if you wanted to sample them, but I would not encourage blind. I typically don't encourage blind buying 99.9% of the time, and I definitely would encourage you to not blind buy these. That would be a bold play. I'm not saying you won't have a successful blind buy, but it's bold. Kind of impressive in the mid and dry down. I'll keep testing. I mean, it's good fragrance. I like it. Supremacy in Heaven, literally opening my samples from Zaharoff. Leo, I hope you enjoy them. He's the Bill Belichick of fragrance. He gets rid of a fragrance before it macerates. Who does? Who does? I'm curious on who you're talking about there, Rick. How you feel about my boys picking up Jim Harbaugh? So that was a great move. That I wanted to see that. Yay for I'm so happy for Justin Herbert. It's unbelievable. I'm so happy for Justin Herbert. That's the culture change that boy needs. He is young. I say boy, he's mid-20s. The talent is there. There's some things that need to be fixed. The culture needs to change, obviously. Jim Harbaugh is going to bring a winning mentality. He was a winning coach in the pros prior. He's just fresh off of a national title run. Oh, he's talking about Divine. Okay. The guy with the Patriots logo. Okay, Divine. I got you. I'm all for it. I think that was a great move. That's what I was anticipating and hoping as Justin Herbert's fantasy dynasty owner, where I had drafted him as a rookie, and I plan on retiring him on my team. I'm going to keep him long term. That's what I want. That's the hire I wanted to see. I think that's great for the Chargers. That's great. They're going to go from a can't quite figure it out team to a real playoff contender year one with Harbaugh. Obviously, health is going to play a big role, but year one with Jim Harbaugh and his new staff that he's going to assemble. Yeah, that's what I think for them. I think it's great. Wish the Saints could pull some shit like that, but we're keeping Dennis Allen. Sure. Why not? We'll just be mediocre for the foreseeable future. It is what it is. Happy he can unlock his full potential. I totally agree with everything you said. Yeah, because it's a culture change. It was terrible coaching. Because Justin Herbert's young. He doesn't have the winning experience to be fully confident with running the offense the way he wants. He's not Peyton Manning. He's not Tom Brady. I'm not saying he can't get to that level potentially maybe one day. His talent and he's sharp. That's a sharp kid, and the arm talent's there. His decision-making is pretty good for the most part. He just needs to be polished and have the right staff around him. He has yet to have the right staff that he can build with. Jim Harbaugh is going to be that guy. I'm not a big Chargers fan, but I really like Justin Herbert, and I like Jim Harbaugh. So I think that's a great pairing. And any of you Charger fans that happen to see this, congratulations. That's so great for y'all. Seriously. Just niche snob, but we need people. No, yeah, I'm all for it. I love that we have him here in the community. I love that he comes hang out once in a while in live chats and gives his opinions. Witty and Fragrance, you need to check them out. I've heard of the name. I've never looked into him, though. Never looked into him before. Just got Golden Dollar and Renaissance. Ooh. I've heard great things about Golden Dollar from Unaverage Joe, and Renaissance is amazing. Beautiful citrus, mint green. Golden Dollar is okay. Renaissance is incredible. Yeah, I've heard great things about Golden Dollar. I just haven't tried it. Lydian from London. Just got the pre-order Signature Noir, Royale, and Rosé. And oh my God, those aren't pre-orders though. Those three have been out for years. Those aren't pre-orders. Only took 10 years. Maybe y'all are close to that 10-year mark. Love for the Saints because Breeze trade way back when. Yeah, for sure. And look, his potential came out even more when he got with Sean Payton. But it goes back to what I was saying the other day. This is why. The history of the Saints is why I'm also a Ravens fan, because other than the Breeze era, we had the regular season where we're rooting for the best, hoping for the best, and rooting for the team, but low expectation. That's my foreseeable future as a Saints fan. So I'm definitely pulling for the Ravens to win. I'd love to see Lamar Jackson get a Super Bowl. I'd love to see Odell Beckham actually make it the whole way through the Super Bowl this time. I'm here for it. On Fragrance Net for low, and it sold out so fast. You know, Barracat Rouge 540. I have not tried it. I don't know. Never tried it. Colidally, good to see you. Wearing Black Rose and loving it. Good to hear, my man. Any great sweet tobacco fragrance recommendations outside of Naxos? Personally, I would say Argos Triumph of Bacchus. It's very fruity, sweet, and boozy. A lot of rum, peach and apple. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And they have an X straight now that's even crazy strong. Which the original was already crazy strong. There's so many of them out there because signature tobacco from Zaharoff's not, for me, it's not super sweet. I know some people get more vanilla than I do. I think it's pretty well balanced aromatic tobacco. And I would say I mean, Argos Triumphobacus, I don't even really want to recommend anything outside of that because it's just so, it's my favorite tobacco fragrance. It just so happens to be fruity sweet and boozy. That's the biggest thing. Warm and amber, it's a little spicy. Not super spicy, though. I would check out Argos Triumphobacus. You can get carded samples, too. Part-time Eagles fan, but they've been letting me down. Yeah, for sure. The Memories is great, especially if you like cherry from this same brand. From the Gate Fragrances, Memories is really good. It's a smoky cherry tobacco. It's not super sweet, though. It's like a berry sweet. Yeah, because of the cherry. I mean, there's nothing special in your future, so I don't know what you're talking shit for. You're a Raiders fan. It's not too like, what was your last hope when Charles Woodson played for y'all? Stop it. I'm the only one that thinks Diesel Sound of the Brave is a better version of Arrows. I haven't tried Sound of the Brave. There's a pre-order sample set in a black case. Okay. Did not know that. I was never see it anywhere. I'm thinking X-Trace will be the next elixir. What do you think's the next trend after elixirs? That's a great question. I don't know, because what have they not done yet as far as trends? That's a hard one to answer. It's a great question. It's a great thing to keep in mind and kind of keep your eye out for the trend, but they're not done with the elixir trend. Hell, a lot of popular fragrance lines never explored the parfum trend yet. And that's been since around like 2018. They really started that kick. Bleu de Chanel Parfum was one of the first ones as far as the popular designers. Bleu de Chanel elixir. We need it. I need it. Chanel, I need it. Please. Please give me Bleu de Chanel elixir. I will gladly buy it on launch day and review it right away for you, Chanel. I promise, because I know I'm going to end up liking the damn thing. I can only hope and dream. I think we're going to get Spice Bomb Parfum next, or Spice Bomb Elixir. I'd like to see Parfum first. Let's not skip around. Let's do the Parfum, the original in a Parfum. Let me have that, Victor and Rolf. Come on now. Before you give me my blue, because we will get a blue at some point. I'm a Patriots fan, and I'm just ready for this reset. Yeah, I bet you are. I bet you are. Tom Telesco. Y'all are doomed. Hood draft picks and horrible coaching. Enjoy. Dior Sauvage Potion. I could see them actually doing something like that. Don't manifest that. We don't need that. Don't manifest that. I think I've had, who have I had this conversation with? Have we had this conversation on live that green fragrances are going to be trendy soon? And they've already dabbled a little bit in some of that. But that's kind of been an on again, off again trend that's been going on for a long time. So I think it's just going to continue the way it's been. But they're not done with this elixir trend. Yeah, I need Bleu de Chanel elixir in my life. So do I. I would love that. For the love of God, please. Mocha Wood, that is really good. Dedrick had sent me a decan of that. Strong too, man. Oh, man, that's a strong one. Sorry, Drew, but I've dealt with Tom Telesco for so long, and I'm happy he's with a rival team. Yeah. I just know that my team's going to be average. Continue to be average. Is what it is. You'll still see me wearing Saint shit all the time. I rep my team. Win, lose, or draw. Whatever. I'm a Saints fan. My number one team in sports, I root for them before I root for anyone else in any other sport. Speaking of, so I know the two of you haven't talked yet, but Jordan's here, George. So Jordan, I don't know if you want to say hello to Jordan, the Nigerian giant Jordan, George Atkinson, the fragrance apprentice. That's the best type of fan, Ross. Diehard. Yeah, I'm diehard, and I get flack for liking other teams. In like baseball, I like a bunch of teams, but I don't really have a team in baseball. But I'm a Pelicans fan in basketball. Like that's my number one, is the home team, you know. I'm ready. I'm so ready. Did I mention how I'm ready? When are you flying? I mean, your flight's soon because you got a long get up to go. So are you like getting geared up to go to the airport, George? Because I know you got to go, New York first, right? Are you going London, then New York, then Tampa is the path, I believe. Up, left, north, west, south. I believe is what you're doing. I don't need lone blue electric's gone so fast. We need blue electric elixir. There you go. Yeah, sure. Don't YSL is going to hear you and go back to flankering Lanoid Delhomme. Don't let them hear you. We don't need any more Lanoid Delhomme flankers. I think we've tapped out on those. Now they have myself they can flanker from. And see, that is great for the Raiders. I have to say you do have a great coach in place. He's a culture in himself. You do have a great coach. I really like Antonio Pierce. You just don't have the pieces. I mean, Davante Adams is going to want out if something doesn't change quick at quarterback, because he came to play with Derek Carr and they got rid of Derek Carr, and then there was this abysmal season. So, got to do something to make Davante Adams happy quick. No, they cannot. Yeah, I like Antonio Pierce. That's a good dude, and he's a great coach. George, what the fuck? Go to bed. For those of you who don't know, Hoffman is also in George's Discord. He talks to George all the time. Hold on. When did you? No. George Atkinson, the Fragrance Apprentice. So, not G-Man, not George Zaharoff. Going to bed now. It's 0 a.m. Goodbye. Well, Roy, thank you for coming and hang out for a little while. I appreciate it. Well, I'm about to shut it down here in a second. We covered our niche fragrances. We had our nice little intimate group having a conversation. And I've got a lot of content to film because I'm not coming home till Tuesday. I'm leaving tomorrow, coming home Tuesday. So I got several days of content I need to do. I love doing content, but not when I have to do a shitload of content, and that includes editing it, which I'm going to transfer to my laptop and do some editing at night. Thank God I have the laptop now. It makes things so much better. Flight's in 14 hours. Okay. So you still got a little bit of time. That's true because you're ahead, so you're going to be going backwards. You're going to be going back in time. Instead of back to the future, you're going back in time. Getting 7 hours of sleep, then we're on our way to the airport, which is a little far from Edinburgh. Excuse me. I always say that wrong. So I can't wait, man. I can't wait to see you. It's going to be a great, great time. We can take Davante if he wants to go to another team. Yeah, everybody would want Davante Adams. Safe travels, George, Omas. Hope you guys stay safe. Let's see. How many videos will you have? Will we have? Oh, every day. I don't miss. You ever seen the Snoop Dogg audio where it says, that motherfucker don't miss? Nah, he's fucking good. That motherfucker don't miss. That's me. I don't miss. I always have my daily content for you guys. I like putting out daily content. I love doing content. Like I said, the only downside is when I got to do like 4 or 5 videos at once. It gets a little exhausting. I'm just glad I don't have to edit all of it tonight. In the past, I would have to edit all of it that night because I'll procrastinate instead of doing a few every day leading up, which I have done, but I don't do it enough when I travel. And I travel so much more now, hence why I bought the laptop to make my life a little bit easier. Just hoping for Marvin Harrison Jr., 5th pick, and my reason will be that I hated Quentin Johnson. Wish he can improve this season. What a bust. Yeah, for sure. Quick shout out to the Fragrance Apprentice before I go to bed. I'm a huge fan. Okay, I'm heading to bed now. We'll message you when we're about to fly to JFK. What content you want to make while we're in St. Pete's. So I'm bringing a bunch of stuff at random that we can either do full reviews, we can do some blind smelling rates, because we're going to do some stuff, me and you, but while we have Omas, we're going to do some stuff, the 3 of us, while we're at it. So, because Jordan's ass is doing some content too. He's excited. He said, I'm off on Sunday. Let's go fragrance shopping. I'm off on Sunday. Let's go fragrance shopping with me. Means, Ross, let's film fragrance content. That's what that means when you're hanging with me. So the 3 of us are going to be filmed. Well, even if you guys aren't filming stuff yourself, my phone will be recording a lot of things. I'm going to do some vlog content. We'll do some dedicated videos, but I'm going to bring a bunch of stuff with me, George. Since I'm driving, I'll be able to pack. I don't have to limit myself because I'm not flying. So I'm going to bring plenty for us to do when we have some downtime, when we're not doing wrestling stuff. So don't worry, my man. Get you some rest. I will see you tomorrow, my friend. Get ready. We have a wrestling-filled weekend. Daughter's 25th birthday. Well, happy birthday to her. Shout out. Thank you, Roy. Thank you for the content. Hey, man, thank you for watching the content. Make sure to try like the shorts on YouTube Shorts, IG Reel, and TikTok. That's a hustle. Upload so many platforms. Also put on. Yeah, I mean, I do shorts every day. I did 2 short videos today. Both of those were done today. They're quick. Nothing intricate about shorts videos. But there's a crowd that wants the quick stuff, the quick hit content while they're swiping. Oh, that's kind of cool, and they can move on to the next one. And then there's people that want their long form content. Seth ain't invited. Buddy Matthews either. Yeah, that's highly unlikely, but hey, you can't root these things out. Why, that'd be wild, huh? Very unlikely that we could get them to do some fragrance content. If we were to even get a chance to meet them, who knows? That's unlikely. But that's all. That's the reason I'm a Becky fan, and I want Becky to win the Rumble anyway, even though I think Bayley's going to win. Because Dedrick made a great case last night, but I'm still selfishly want Becky to win. That way Monday night we can get a promo between Becky and Rhea while we're at Raw. I'd love to see that. So see that live anyways, because I want to hear Rhea's music live. I listen to it many, many times a day at the gym because it's going to be my posing music. Demon in Your Dreams. It's my favorite song right now. I have it memorized. I told George to wear Signature Royale to the match. I might wear pure OUDdiction to test George out a little bit. I don't know. So George, if you're still here, I'm bringing both of these. Omos wants me to bring both of these, but I'm bringing a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna have a bunch of stuff, guys. Don't worry. Don't feel like y'all have to bring a ton of fragrances. George, I'm also gonna bring Boston Scent Elixir, the newest one, so you can check it out. Because for those who didn't see the smelling rate we did when I went to Edinburgh, the first time George got to smell Boston Scent Magnetic was with me in February last year. So I'm going to be his first opportunity to smell the new flanker too. So have a good night, my man. We will see you tomorrow. Signature Royale. Well, there you go. I figured you'd want to wear Tabac since it's your favorite. But hey, go for Royale. Shit. I mean, I can bring my bottle if you just want to use mine so you don't have to pack it. Just let me know. Just message me in the morning. Let me know. When you message me in the before you leave, let me know what fragrances you are bringing on the trip, and I won't bring those. That way we don't have to double up, and I'll bring a bunch of other stuff to surprise you. Just random stuff for us to do content with. We're gonna have some fun. Get some rest. I'll see you and Megan tomorrow. Much love, my man. And on that note, we're gonna go ahead and shut it down. Which I think, unfortunately, George, I think Jordan's gone already because he didn't say anything yet. But he was here. He was here for most of the stream. But you'll see him Saturday. You will meet the Nigerian giant Omos on Saturday. And we'll have some comical pictures and content because me and George are short guys, and Jordan is 7'4". So thank you all for being here. I appreciate everybody coming and hang out with me while we talked about these 2 fragrances from the Gate fragrances. Not safe blind buys, but stunners. Daring, step outside your comfort zone type of fragrances for special events is kind of how I view these. They're great. They are not something I'm going to wear on a regular basis. But pure OUDdiction is definitely going to get some wear this weekend. Because if I'm bringing it, I'm probably going to wear it. That doesn't mean everything I'm bringing I'm going to wear, but I'm going to wear that. I think I'm going to wear that. Put it in the memory bank because it's going to be a memorable weekend. So let me catch these last few before I get out of here. George told me that he doesn't own that one. So if he wants to wear it, you may have to help him out. Doesn't own which one? Royale? I can bring Royale. Just got to let me know. Like I said, George, just tell me. If there's anything you want me to bring, because trust me, Chad has been messaging me every day with lists of change. I want to do this content. No, I changed my mind. Let's do this content. Do you have this? Do you have that? Chad from A Gentleman's Journey, because I'm going to see him in 2 weeks too. So a lot of content, guys. With Saffron, let me know. So on that note, let's shut it down. Make sure to like this stream before you leave. Check out today's video if you haven't yet. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. What a weekend it will be. Keep it Royale. Okay. I'll bring Royale then. Y'all have a good one, guys.